Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the M48A1 Patton. The M40 Patton is an American first-generation main battle tank introduced in February 1952. Being designed as the 90mm gun tank for M48, Mrs. Beatrice A. Patton, wife of the late General George S. Patton, christened it as a Patton. It was designed as a replacement for the M26 Pershing, M4 Sherman variants, and the M46 Pattons used in the Korean War, and as a successor to the M47 Patton. Nearly 12,000 M48s were built, mainly by Chrysler and American local locomotive company from 1952 to 1961. The M48 underwent many design modifications and improvements during its production life. This led to a wide variety of suspension systems, cupola styles, power packs, fenders, and other details among individual tanks. The early designs up to the M48A2C were powered by a gasoline engine. The M48A3 and A5 versions used a diesel engine. However, gasoline engine versions were still in use in the U.S. Army National Guard through 1968 and through 1975 by many West German Army units. Numerous examples of the M48 saw combat use in various Arab-Israeli conflicts and the Vietnam War. Beginning in 1959, most American M48A1s and A2s were upgraded to the M4A3 model. So yeah, the vehicle that we have in front of us is one of the early variants of the M48, which is the M48A1. It was pretty much the first variant, really, after the kind of standard production model. Basically, the main kind of takeaway from this is some different range finding and different kind of gunnery optics changes, and just a few kind of quality life improvements to the tank. But for the most part, it still really kind of resembles it pretty much is the M48, just with those various upgrades. A lot of them which you can't really see too much. But yeah, we are building the M48A1 here, which does have some of those little tiny differences here and there that are visible on the outside, present on this model here for the tank. I definitely think the tank came out really good itself and looks pretty sweet compared to the last pattern we had. This is definitely a upgrade for sure. And the whole reason I built this tank was to go in a scenario for the Cold War Checkpoint Charlie standoff. If you want to learn more about it, feel free to research it up for yourself. But it was basically a very tense time where war could have broken out between tanks that were on a standoff on both sides of the Berlin Wall between Soviet T-54s slash 55s and the M48A1 Pattons. So very interesting little story there to look up. Definitely recommend it. Anyways, yeah, going ahead and jumping in and taking a look at the vehicle. I think it came out really good itself, has also good detail and overall a really nice design overall. To begin with, we have obviously the main gun here. We got basically all the different bits of it. The M48s had or at least the early ones had a really interesting muzzle brake, which kind of looked like almost like a hammerhead shark type design. So it kind of came out and kind of split into a T shape at the end, which is kind of interesting, a little different. So pretty cool. As we work our way back, we have the different viewports and stuff like that for the obviously the optics for the gunners and also for the driver. Kind of standard for a lot of Cold War tanks, the big spotlight here on the tank itself. As we continue on, we have the Commander's Cupola, which has that kind of iconic little machine gun turret type design there, and also mounted to it as well, we have another 50 cal that's meant to be used by probably an infantryman on the back of the tank here, trying to lay some more fire down on the tank. Very similar to how they kind of did in World War II with the Shermans. We have some different gear kind of wrapped around the whole of the turret here, just getting a little more detail to it, and a little bit more shape and all that. And we have basically the chassis for the tank as well, which again came out really nice, getting all the road wheels in and all that stuff. I think it came out really good. And then the engine deck here with all the different vents and little bits and pieces and stuff like that. So overall, I think it came out really good. It's a really nice looking tank, has a lot of good little details to it, and again, looks really nice. So really happy with it. And again, the M4 D8 Patton A1 variant. So cool stuff. Anyways, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer. We'll be going ahead and starting off with layers 0 and 1. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we'll be going ahead and going to the front here. We're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs, followed by 2 nether brick top slabs coming off those toward the front. From this, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs. Actually, real quick before we do that, we're going to go and place down a green terracotta block back, and then we're going to place down a green shulker box here to the side. Now, coming off this green terracotta block, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood top slabs across, a green terracotta block, and then a green shulker box here on the end. We then want to place down 2 nether brick slabs, followed by 2 nether brick top slabs coming off those 2 slabs like so. After that, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab there in the middle. And we want to go and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off that dark oak wood slab there in the middle, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor in those 2 spaces there. Now, once that's finished there, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate in these spaces here in between the nether brick top slabs and dark oak wood trapdoor, just like that for the front there. After that's complete, we want to go ahead and then focus our attention here to the right side. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood stairs and 1 and 2 right behind them. We're going to go ahead and then place down a green terracotta block, followed by a green shulker box coming off the side of the terracotta block, and make sure that the top of the shulker box is facing toward the outside first. After that, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row 2 of dark oak wood stairs, followed by a second row 2 directly behind it, and there a green terracotta block and another shulker box there going on to the side. We're going to go ahead and go into the ground, place down 2 nether brick blocks like this, followed by a green terracotta block, green shulker box there to the side like so. After that's done, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves grindstones. We'll place down 1 and 2 grindstones across like this, followed by 2 nether brick blocks here underneath them in the ground like so. From this point, we're going to go ahead and take nether brick stairs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 nether brick stairs across, just like that for the back there. After that's done, going up here to the front, we're going to go and basically do the same thing we did over there on the air side, just over here to this side. So again, our 2 dark oak wood stairs, green terracotta block, shulker box, and so on. If I go a little too fast here, feel free to slow the video down, or simply, pause it here and there where you need to, or just look at the air side. The air side is completely the same. There's no changes, so whatever we did over there will be done over here. So again, pretty straightforward stuff. And just like that, we have our tracks built here on both sides of our road wheels. Now, to add a little bit more detail to the road wheels, we're going to go and grab ourselves a dark oak wood button, followed by a item frame, and also some green terracotta blocks. Now we're going to place down dark oak wood buttons on the side of the shulker boxes, and we're going to then place down item frames on the side of the shulker boxes, and then green terracotta blocks in those item frames. And over here, we're going to go and do the exact same thing. So like this. Again, our item frames across, and our green terracotta blocks. So just like that, you have your road wheel set up and good to go. Now once that's finished, we want to go ahead and then take our dark oak wood slabs, and we want to go and go to the space here that's going to be coming off of these grindstones. So we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 grindstones across, dark oak wood top slabs across, followed by 1 that comes off toward the back here. To both sides of the top slab, we're going to place down a dark oak fence gate, and then come off the middle one, a fence gate as well, opened up toward the slabs like that, going toward the front. After that, we're going to go then fill in the space here with dark oak wood top slabs to create a base here of the tank. So just like this. And that right there will create the base here for the bottom of the tank. And anyways, looking at from above, we should have something like this. That's our basis for the build itself. As you can see, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy there. And that's pretty much all we have for that. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up what we have for layer number 1, or layers 0 and 1. With that, let's move into layer number 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we'll be going ahead and moving into layer number 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and get started with, here we're going to place down a quartz stair on top of this trapdoor here, followed by a dark oak wood slab to both sides of this quartz stair. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by an additional green terracotta block to both sides to make that a row of 5, and then a green shulker box on both ends like so. From this, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 2 of nether brick stairs on top of the nether brick top slabs, followed by dark oak wood trapdoors like this on the fronts of the stairs, and we want to make sure that they are closed, so they are positioned like this across there to make the fenders. After that, we're going to go ahead and go back from this. We're going to go and place down a nether brick top slab here to both sides, and then we want to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block here on the inside here of those blocks. From this, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall that goes back on both sides, and then come off the side here of the mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to be placing down a zombie head, and that's going to be again on both sides like that. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green terracotta blocks back, and then a mossy cobblestone wall. And same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and a mossy cobblestone wall. We can also choose to fill in the space here on the inside of the tank just to close it off. If you do plan on doing some kind of interior, you can leave some of it hollow so you can do your interior. But for the sake of the tour, we're just going to close that area off. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and place down a second zombie head here, a nether brick top slab, 1 and 2 zombie heads, nether brick top slab, and a zombie head like that. And same thing over here as well. So it's just like this across. After that, we're going to go and then place down a row of 1 and 2 nether brick top slabs back. Same thing over here, 1 and 2 back. We're going to go and then take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row of 5 across like this, followed by a second row of 5. And then to both ends, we're going to place down a circle box like that. Now, we also want to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood button, and on the circle boxes here on the front of the tank, we're going to place down a dark oak wood button on the side of them, item frame, and green terracotta block. So just like we did for the road wheels there on the bottom from the previous layers. And then on the back here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood button on both sides. This time, however, we're going to place down an item frame with a cobweb in it. So this is going to be for the rear sprocket wheels, which kind of grip and are the kind of the main driving force for spinning the tracks. Once that's done, we're going to then place down 2 nether brick walls coming off the circle box and also the green terracotta block. And then coming off of those, we're going to be placing down 2 dark oak wood signs. Again, to both sides like that. After that's done, this middle space here, we want to go ahead and actually change up slightly. So instead of having these mossy cobblestone walls, or these green terracotta blocks, we're going to swap those out for mossy cobblestone walls. And we're also going to place down a dark oak wood up down stair in the space there in the middle. So just like that. Then coming off the mossy cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign to both sides, followed by a item frame. And then in those item frames, we're going to be placing down red stained glass. So just like that. And afterwards, we want to go and then place down a zombie head coming off the upside down stair there in the middle. And once you have that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 2 for the build. Actually, one last thing, almost forgot actually. We do want to place down our headlights. So for our headlights here, real simple, we're going to place down an item frame coming off those 2 dark oak wood slabs, and then we're going to place down snowballs at them like that for the front headlights. So again, really straightforward. Anyways, that right there is going to complete layer number 2. Let's move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have the layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 green carpets on top of these 2 nether brick or nether brick stairs. After that, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors that go back from them. After that, in the middle space here, we want to go ahead and place down a zombie head here in the middle, followed by a zombie head at a slight angle to both sides there for the kind of viewports there for the tank driver. And we also want to go ahead and go to the middle zombie head and go back from it. We're going to place down a spruce wood stair like this, item frame on the back of the stair, and a black bed rotated around so the black portion of the bed sticks up the most. So just like that, again, more viewports there for the driver. And then to both sides of this spruce wood stair, we're going to place down a dark oak slab. Over here to the right side, we're going to place down a redstone repeater with the notches flicked out to the side, and a lever flicked in toward the repeater. And we're going to then close that trapdoor. And if your repeater does activate, you can go and just turn it the other direction like that, and you get kind of the same effect of what we're going for. Anyways, once that's done, over here on the other side, instead of the repeater, we're going to place down a fence gate, and we're going to have a lever like this, and flick toward it. Again, if any of these trapdoors, anything like that, open, just go and close them again, so you get something that looks like that. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a row of stripped birchwood. So 1, 2, and 3 stripped birchwood pieces across, just like this, and make sure that all the logs are facing the same direction. So I have them all on the side like so. After that, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both ends, and then we want to go ahead and then place down a spruce wood slab on both sides as well. Now the spruce wood slab here is going to go ahead and then go back 1, 2, and 3 spruce wood slabs back, and same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3. So you have a total of 4. And we're going to go and then take our signs here, and we're going to go and run 1, 2, 3, and 4 spruce wood signs on those blocks, and same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now when we get to this point, we're going to take our green terracotta, place down a row of 5 across. If you want to make some interior space, then again you can leave the inside hollow if you want. We're going to place down a second row of 5 across, followed by a row of 3. Dark oak wood stair here to both sides. And we want to go and then place down a dark oak wood stair, come off these two ones, like those two green terracotta blocks like that, with a dark oak wood slab there in the corners. And in the very center space here, we're just going to place down a green terracotta block, like so. Once that's complete there, we want to go ahead and go over here to the right side. And the right side here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor. And over to the other side, we will be placing down a spruce wood slab. Now when we get to this section, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab here in the center, followed by 1 and 2. Or basically one slab out to both sides, followed by a daylight detector to both sides. And then over here on the left side, a spruce wood slab. Over on the right side is just going to be a green carpet. After this on the right side, we're going to place down a second green carpet back, this time followed by a acacia wood slab over. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair, green terracotta block, dark oak wood stair, a daylight detector, and then a spruce wood slab like that. After that's done, we want to go ahead and place down another dark oak wood trapdoor, followed by a acacia wood slab. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3 dark brick slabs across. After that, we're going to place down a zombie head here in the corner at a very slight angle, so just like that. And then a green carpet here to the other side. After that's done, we're going to place down a green carpet over here as well, followed by a end rod. We're going to then place down a zombie head right here, followed by 2 dark oak wood slabs over. So 1 and 2 dark oak wood slabs over, and then we want to go ahead and place down a a row of 1 and 2 of dark oak wood trapdoors across. Or actually, it is going to be a zombie head right here at a slight angle, and this is actually going to be a daylight detector right there. So slight little change there, but nothing too major. And then this right here is going to be a dark oak wood trapdoor, and then a green carpet back. And when we get to this section here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors to both sides like so. Daylight detector to both sides, and in the middle space we're going to be placing down another brick slab. So just like that, and then green carpets on top of your nether brick walls like that. Also, for this section here, I am going to make a slight adjustment to this area, and this adjustment is going to be taking some nether brick stairs, and I'm going to go ahead and just place down some nether brick stairs here like that. Again, just to kind of show a little more transition here for basically the middle section, and actually the middle stair itself we will swap out for black concrete. So we'll do something kind of like that, and gives a little bit more kind of volume here to this section of the tank. And also this section right here we're going to swap out for dark oak wood stairs, so just like that. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up this layer. This is what it should look like from up above. So again, pretty straightforward stuff so far. That's it for what we have for layer number 3. And with that, let's move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and take our birch stairs. We're going to place down 1 birch stair on both sides here, and then a stripped birchwood log there in the middle space. Now once that's done, coming off of it, we're going to place down a birchwood top slab, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 dark oak wood top slabs going forward. When that's done, on the very tip here, we're going to place down a zombie head to both sides of this top slab, like so. We would then want to go ahead and place down a item frame coming off the very last dark oak wood top slab with a black concrete block in it like that for the muzzle. And then we're going to go ahead and skip a space, go back to our second and third, or actually sorry, it's going to be our third and fourth dark oak wood top slabs from the front, and we're going to place down dark oak wood signs here to the sides, or to the sides. After that, we're going to go and then place down a iron bar, or an end rod, over here to the birchwood stair there to the left side, And then on the other side here, we're going to place down a item frame with a black concrete block in it, like so. And then once that's complete, over here on the right side on this birchwood slab, we're going to place down a birchwood sign as well. After that, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across, followed by a dark oak wood stair to both sides, and then come off the front of the dark oak wood stair and place down a zombie head. After that, we want to go and then place down a quartz block to both sides. So a smooth quartz block to both sides, row of 3 green terracotta across the middle here, and an end rod going back from the zombie heads. After that, another row of 3 of green terracotta here in the middle, dark oak wood stair to both sides, and then going back from it, we're going to place down a end rod again on both sides like that. After that, we're going to take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3 across the middle there, followed by a green shulker box over here like this to the left side, zombie head like that coming off the side of the shulker box, and then over here on the right side we're going to have the same exact thing, so a green shulker box over here and a zombie head coming off the side of it. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair here in the middle, followed by a corner stair over here to the right side, and then to the left side we're going to place down just a standard green terracotta block in that space. We then want to add the extra cargo here, and very simply we're going to place down 1 and 2 green wool blocks, followed by an iron bar to the side here and a green wool block right there in that space. We also want to take dark oak wood signs, and on the side of these green wool blocks we're going to place down dark oak wood signs, including this one right here on the side like that. And once that's all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer number 4 for the build. With that, we're going to move into our final layers, which are going to consist of layers 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to put the radio antennas on, the 50 caliber machine gun, the cupola, and the top of the turret, and all the little details to finish it off. So with that, let's move into our last final layers 5 through 8. Alright guys, moving into our last final layers, we have layers 5 through 8. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 green carpets like this, followed by 1 and 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 green carpets back. We then want to place down a green terracotta block like so. After that, we're going to place down a item frame coming off the green terracotta block, followed by a glass pane in the item frame. We then want to place down dark oak wood trapdoors around the green terracotta block and have them kind of positioned like so to create a little bit more shape to this area. After that's done, we're going to go and then place down a lever that goes back from it. We're going to have it flicked toward the rear of the vehicle. We're going to go and then place down a daylight detector back from it, followed by a daylight detector over here to the left. After that, we're going to place down a birchwood top slab over here to the right side. And then from this, we're going to go and place down an end rod coming off that slab facing forward. We're going to go and then place down a green terracotta block back, followed by a dark oak wood stair to the sides here of this green terracotta block, and also back here on this side as well. We also want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood slab here, and then a zombie head on the side of the slab, like that. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood slab in this space, and then a spruce wood slab right here. From this, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head now on the green choker boxes here, both sides like that, a dark oak wood slab here in the middle, and then a dark oak wood fence post over here to the left side with 3 iron bars going up from it. So 1, 2, and 3. We then want to go ahead and place down a item frame right here on top of this green terracotta block in the item frame, and then a dark oak wood button on top of the block as well. Over here on this side, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence post on this corner stair, followed by 1, 2, and 3 iron bars going up like so. And then in this space right here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor. After that's done, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some materials here to go ahead and actually make the machine gun up on top here. So our 50 cal. And for this, it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to be placing down another brick upside down stair on top of this space over here. So just like that to the side there. And we're going to go ahead and then go back from it with a anvil. Now, once this is complete, on the side of the nether brick stair here to the side, we're going to place down a dark oak sign, item frame, and a black bed. We're going to have the black bed rotated facing that direction like so. We're then going to place down a dark oak fence gate, turn off the anvil, and then a dark oak top slab, turn off the nether brick upside stair to the side here. We're going to go and then wrap dark oak signs around it like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a zombie head on top of the cupola like this. And also to the side here of the cupola on this dark oak stair, we're going to place down an item frame. And in the item frame, we want to place down a green terracotta block. Also, in addition, we're going to grab a dark oak fence post and place it down here underneath the dark oak stair to go ahead and create the post here that the 50 caliber machine gun attaches to. Now on the top here for detail for the machine gun, we want to place down a redstone repeater with the notches flicked as far apart as possible like that. A powered rail here to the side for the belt, and then 1 and 2 end rods going forward like that. And also, once that's done, we're going to grab ourselves a regular rail and place it down on top of this birchwood top slab. And with that all complete, the last thing for us to do is to go ahead and grab a birchwood sign and place it down on the side of this birchwood top slab. Anyways, with that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have here for my design for the M48A3, A1 Patton main battle tank. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being thank from the side of the below to a link to my channel or this video if this does bring you social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Garrett 204, and I'll see you guys next time.